1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to the show. We are here today on BeamNG Drive with a really rather cool mod. Now, this, as you might be able to guess from outside, is based on the Utah map. That is the official map for the game. However, this has had a whole bunch of stuff kind of added in to the map to make it a little bit more busy, shall we say. There's more to do, less kind of just open spaces. I'm pretty sure the random hills are not... Actually, no, they're pretty sure they're not in the map normally. I'm not sure what the point of them is, other than, I guess, like a test for cars. Whoa, that's quite a steep downhill part. Yeah, I guess that's some kind of vehicle test. But they're them. They're there? Sure, there's a lot of terrible sentencing structure going on there, but never mind. Ignore me completely, as you probably normally do. What you will also notice is in this car park we have a bunch of teleporters. There is a whole bunch of new stuff added in with this map. You like your drifting, they've got that covered. There are some little circuits. This one is a particular favourite of mine. This is why I got a track car actually to go and showcase it. Oh, I managed to loosen my bonnet immediately. This is a really fun, very technical little circuit. Beam is a fiddly game when it comes to trying to drive cars quickly. Getting the braking right is really difficult. Cars lock up very easily on here, and it seems to be different for every vehicle how much brake pressure is needed to lock. I'm used to playing Forza or Gran Turismo or whatever racing game. Fairly consistent across all the vehicles amount of brake pressure that's needed before things start locking up. With this game, it feels like sometimes you can get away with about 80% of the trigger movement. I'm driving this on an Xbox controller, and sometimes you have like 30% and it locks stuff up. It makes it very, very difficult to ever, well, I find it anyway, to find some kind of consistency. Oh dear, that's all gone wrong into there. But yeah, as far as circuits go, I mean, it's kind of safe, and there's a bit of not much runoff area around here. There are still walls and so on, but no sort of big sudden drops. Yeah, as test tracks go, this is not a bad one. You don't really have too much high-speed section. It doesn't have space to be a particularly fast circuit, but okay, we can go up on two wheels there. Apparently, that's fun. This little chicane catches me out a lot. There we go. Probably got told off for track limits a smidge there, but that will do. We'll come barreling into the pit lane. Ooh, there's just about get us slowed down. Oh god. Okay, didn't realise that was water until I was committed to going through. Why is there water there? Does anybody know? We'll head back through here. So yeah, you got a little circuit. You've also got, I like this. I'm not so fussed about the drift circuits. They're fun and everything if you're into that, but not for me. Again, another little testing venue if you want even more technical, even more challenging for the vehicle. Once again, well, I say not going to have tremendous. You can have big crashes. You can have big crashes anywhere, but you got a little bit more. I say safety. You'll end up in the wall if you get it wrong here, but you're not going to... Well, because you miss the brakes down here, you're going to go flying off the circuit. You're not going to send a car to orbit or have a really ridiculous crash around this circuit. Again, challenging. Good way of testing your brakes. Probably be a good sort of test for automation cars as well. So you have to think of these in terms of beam vehicles. We've not really played much in terms of automation for a while, but if you want to really test the handling of a car, these sort of circuits would work very well, or test the brakes / lack of braking ability. It's more by me. I mean, the car is good. This is the track version of the Sunburst. It's a quick vehicle. Oh dear. It can go onto its side apparently through there. We've got a really good line through that section, but it falls over. And kindly, the game has all these teleports to put you back. Now, the other thing, of course, if you're not wanting your track vehicles, we can go and do some rock crawling. I do enjoy a good challenge with the old rock crawling, so we're going to go and do some of that. What am I going to use? We'll go over a D series. We'll get a proper We'll get a proper crawler. I always like using the crew cab is such a dumb thing, but you know what? We're going to use it again. 'Cause it's a bit too big, really, for a rock crawler, but that's half the fun in this one. Okay, here we go. So it'll teleport us off to the start line. There is a route up here. Now, I don't know how much of this is added and how much of this is from the basic Utah map, so to speak. I'm not the best, of course, off-road driver. A lot of what we do is just brute force and hope. Gee, that is a hell of a opening obstacle. Can I actually get up there at all? How the hell do we get up there? See, I thought I was going the right direction to make something work, but I'm not actually sure I was. Can we... If we... Oh, maybe the length of this was a bad call on this sort of obstacle. It might beach itself a bit too easily. Uh-oh. Oh dear. Oh dear. Mayday. Mayday. Things are going wrong. Okay, maybe we try it. Let's go for the little crawler. I'm sure you could do it with that. I have no doubt. I'm just not... I'm not good enough or patient enough. What's the super pig? Yes. Smaller crawler. Hopefully we will not beach it as easily. Let's lock all the diffs, put it in low range, because we're probably going to need that for this. Okay. Pink machine, can you climb up here without beaching yourself? Okay, no. It is definitely more capable than the crew cab. A little too capable. It's quite bouncy. With a well, this has gone to a swimming start or a tumbling start. Okay, patience might be the order of the day. With this, we shouldn't need quite the same momentum, perhaps, getting up here. I feel like this is the way to go in terms of a line. Yeah, okay, it's much easier if we can get over this rock. Here, come on, pull yourself forward. There we go. That's the ticket. Not the ticket, not the ticket. Bad things have happened again. Oh dear. It's the slow, inevitable fall. I am now becoming determined to get past this this part. I don't know how long the routes are, but this one here, I will not be beaten by it. We are going to make it. I definitely like this as a route. We can kind of shimmy our way past the worst of the rocks. It does put us in a slight bit... Oh, no, 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 no. It does put us in a slight bit of an awkward angle. I'm just going to reset rather than let it tumble around for an hour. Angle to try and tackle the next part. So maybe we don't want to go fully over this side. I'm sure I'm doing something, like, really obviously wrong with all this. But I am not an off-roady driver whatsoever. There we go. That's more like it. We are on the way. Come on, don't fall over, please. Let's negotiate this next section. Okay, we are through. There's going to be a gap there. We can squeeze the truck by. If we go to the left-hand side, I feel like that we should be able to make it over, which we do. This is a little bit better. Don't do a backflip, as easy as it would be to do that. Can we climb over that without cheating? We can. I say without cheating, without going outside the lines. I don't know how much leeway you would get in. I don't know much about actual proper like competition and so on. I presume you get like a time penalty if you put the wheels outside the marks. My rear axle is stuck. Oh dear. Well, not sure we're going to get over that rock doing that. We almost have. Can I wiggle the truck free? We can. I didn't have to go for the node grabber. We are out the other side. Where do we go? Are we going around here, I guess? That looks dicey as anything. Can I... Oh, no. That looks horrible. This is damn challenging climb. I feel like I'm just going to roll this. Can I kind of crab it along? That's never going to work. Uh-oh. Truck, land. Come on, land, 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 land. Oh, I got to node grabber it. How the hell do I do that? So I was trying to crab it, like point the nose up and crab along that way, but as soon as I have to go make that turn, how do I do that? Do we... I mean, the other alternative idea I've got is a little cheaty. Don't fall over. I say a little cheaty, but if we straighten it up here, if we can climb across the top of this rock, there we go, then we kind of negotiate the worst of the hill on the flat, basically. That, I mean, it worked. Whether that's the way you're supposed to do it, no idea, but I'm going to take it. Oh, now we've got to deal with the ridiculous angle again. Oh, no. No. Rock crawler, behave yourself. Okay, power is the way to go. Absolutely. It is working. That's the bit that matters here. Can we climb up this part? We can. Oh, let's sort of feather the throttle a little bit. And then we should be home free, maybe? I don't know, there's more to come after this. This looks like a kind of run to the finish line style section. Get it into a gear of some description. Hey, there we go. We have made it to the top. That is a tough climb. We made it. A couple of rolls along the way. Not crazy long trails, but it is a tough climb. Where the hell have we teleported to? Oh, I think there's more rock crawling. Oh, this wasn't going to be a rock crawling video. It was one of the sections. It looked like they've got some more rock crawling trails. Oh yeah, off-road stuff. Oh, that's neat. I didn't actually know this was here. That's fun. Those also look incredibly mean. So you get the idea. If you're into your rock crawling, this map has got that catered to. I'm hoping if we go and jump through this teleport, it should take us back to the main bit. Which it does, fantastic, because, I mean, as we've been spat out here, the main thing that kind of attracted me to this is, well, ahead of us, the Baja Rama circuit. Now, this was a mod in its own right that I drove the original Driven Till Destruction series around. It is a very good track for destruction, funnily enough. And the whole circuit has been added into the Utah scenery, so this is the start line, and that's really cool. But the map itself was good fun. The normal Baja Rama circuit was good fun, but this has now got a little bit more scenery, I guess, while the circuit is still the same punishing, horrific challenge. What shall we drive around here? So, one Audacity crash later, and we are back. We are back at the Baja Rama circuit that's been imported into this environment. It looks really fitting. It looks very much like it belongs, funnily enough. We're going to have a go with the Bajarama around here. Now, of course, I drove this circuit many, many years ago now for Driven Till Destruction, and a lot of things have changed. The way the game deals with damage, the bits that can be damaged, full stop, have changed. I think this rendition of the circuit might be on a slightly different surface as well. It's certainly, there's a lot more dust effect coming off of the vehicles, and I don't know how much sort of like grip and friction would have changed with these circuits, so yeah, I'm not quite sure how it's going to affect the vehicle. We're going to drive a couple of cars around here, see how well they survive, just for, I say, for old time's sake. This is a cool circuit. At the end of the day, as far as destruction circuits go, this is a very good destruction track. It's difficult for anything to survive around here. I say less of a drive shaft killer, less so than the Proving Grounds, but it has other ways of punishing vehicles, especially one jump. The infamous Radiator Springs jump, for those that do remember this track. Oh no, the oil pan's already gone. Now, I think this circuit is a lot more punishing to slow cars. So this is something that we saw with a fair few destruction tracks that have come later, is that vehicles would get to a point where they were so slow, or they were slower to the point where they don't actually damage themselves too much. This track, that doesn't happen. Or I say it doesn't happen. There's still some very, very damaging places for vehicles, even when they are struggling for pace. That jump that we went around was not one I expected to cause so much grief, but it can cause trouble, certainly. We're heading up towards, this is the big one. This is Radiator Springs. We've had a terrible approach to it. We're gonna have to hope the Bajarama can put its power down. It's not gonna go quick enough. It's gonna clonk the front. I'm amazed the Radiator survived that. Really, really surprised the Radiator survived that. Of course, with the oil pan gone, I mean, that's sort of that's the worst case scenario, the oil pan damage, because the Radiator I mean, it'll stay alive for a little bit with the radiator. The oil pan is a much quicker death. Oh, these jumps here also punish cars struggling for pace. Can we get you back down onto the wheels? We need to go. I actually wonder whether this... Oh, wrong gear. This surface might actually be worse for overheating as well. If the cars are struggling a little bit more for traction, they kind of get worked harder for less progress, essentially, which may well not do them any good in the cooling department. Now we're on to, it's called the motocross section down here. It's a lot of bumps in a row. Now, if you've got a quick enough off-road style vehicle, you can get across these really nicely and not cost yourself too much time. However, when you have a little bit of a poorly Miramar, you are clonking over all of these. I mean, okay, if we take out the oil pan, say, consideration, the fact that the oil pan is gone in this one, the vehicle is still not in great shape, and it's not got around a lap here. The front left looks like it's collapsed. Sorry, front right looks like it's collapsed. The suspension's gone. That front wheel is basically on the ground. Oh, God. And then we're just going to keep hitting the front. I'm amazed the radiator's in one piece here. Coolant is overheating. Well, the oil's all come out of it, and that's all going to go wrong. I mean, a lot of vehicles never made a lap around this circuit, so if it can do it, that's still not too shabby, really. Oh, it's just clearing that jump. But really, that's an only just kind of a thing. We're going to clonk there. I could see we could probably roll it to the finish line almost. Rod bearings are going. We're definitely not going to make radiator springs next time around. It's barely going to make it across the line for a lap. This is... It's definitely a punishing circuit. There is no two ways about it. We'll limp it across the line, and now it is going to be a coast around the remainder of this. Go as far as we can. The engine is dying on it. We're not going to get out of second gear. Come on, car. We've still got steering. Only just. Well, I say only just. I think that would go relatively soon as well, judging by the level of damage on that front right wheel from just a couple of attempts across the jumps. We are struggling here. The engine is starved of oil. It is grinding to a halt now. We might not make it up the hill. Come on. Put it in first. You can do it. No, no. That's going to be an expired engine. I mean, the engine is technically still running. It just can't get up the hill. And that is it dead. Engine is seized. It's locked in it. It couldn't climb the hill at the end of all of that. Yeah, there was significant suspension damage on the front right corner. Amazed the radiator survived, but the oil pan, that is punishing around there. Okay, so that's quite a slow vehicle around here. What if we go for something a bit faster? It should, in theory. I'm going to go for something... Maybe we'll go for something a little bit off... Oh, I know what we should go for. This thing was incredibly tough, actually. If we go for something a little bit off-roady, all-wheel drive, bit off-road style, plenty of speed, the Soilad was very tough around the proving grounds. I don't know what it's going to be like around here, but we're going to give it a try. We'll put you on the start line. The sign of a good, as I always said before, the sign of a good destruction circuit is it will kill. It will not insta-kill basic cars, things like the Miramar and the Covet, but it will, it'll kill basic. It'll give them a chance to run, but they will be destroyed, and it will kill stuff designed for off-road. There's always extreme, really extreme versions that will never run around these circuits because they are nigh on indestructible. But you want a track that's going to take out, like the D series and hoppers and that sort of thing as well. It's a very difficult thing to get one of these circuits to work. Oop. Okay, that's a little bit too slidey through there. It's always a challenge to get one of these to work. To have the kind of be punishing enough without being insta-kills. Radiator springs is the corner that could be a big problem. Well, is the section. This will make that jump nicely. There's only just up there. We should. I mean, this doesn't make it over the worst of the jump. Let's say we might be in trouble. This isn't the fastest rally car, just judging by the speed. It's not really able to carry too much speed over these sections. Well, not as fast as I thought it was going to be. It's weird. Okay, that's fine. We should make it up here quite nicely, though. Come on, so lad, we will. Oh no, we definitely don't want it in. Oh, How the hell did that not break anything significant? I feel like I want to be in a better gear, but there isn't any. We put it in first, and it's straight up to the limiter. We put it in second, it feels like there's just no go in it. I've not broken it. We've not done any damage to it ourselves yet. We should clear these jumps nicely. There we go. That's more like it. Get nice smooth landings. Now this works up until, but it doesn't basically. If we can go quick enough, we can kind of clear these doubles nicely. Oh, we're not going quick enough. Once you've missed it, now you're into the clatter around. So this suspension should be okay across here. Oh, I did not expect to see the oil pan get damaged there. That is not the way I expected to see the oil pan go in this car. I figured this would be beefy enough suspension that it should be fine. Now, are we quick enough to make these? No, we're not. Oh, god damn it. Oh, no, we're going to lose lost the bit of the induction system. Don't want to lose the turbo fully. This seems to be struggling. I was going to test this with a more powerful car, and I'm not sure this has really been a great example, because it's not actually going that much faster. It's a little faster than the Bajarama, sorry. It's not that much faster than it. It's only just clearing these jumps. We got bumper hanging off at the front. Nothing I mean, the rest, outside of the oil pan damage, is nothing too bad. I feel like the radiator would go soon. The rally cars, yes, they are built a bit stronger. They have got a little bit more, I guess, protection around the front. In fact, the radiator has gone. I don't remember it ever coming up, but I've just seen on the damage indicator it is red, so that has been blown as well. Coolant is overheating. Oh dear, we're in a bad shape. This is not going to go much for... Curiously, this is really not going to go that much further. That was where the Bajarama ground to a halt. We might make it up towards the jumps, but that's going to be as far as we get, really, with this one. Oh, little clonk over there. Yeah, I fear the Baja Rama circuit is great. I fear the oil pan damage might be a little too easy to acquire. Although maybe, again, it might be an odd one out with this car. We're really struggling now up the hills. It might make it to the radiator spring. It might die on the hill up towards the jump, if I'm honest with you. Oh, come on. Come on. He's going to do it. It's going to make it. Just got to get up this hill. Please. Engine is starved of oil. Engine is poorly. Come on. Come on. Yes. We're going to make it to the jump. We're not going to make it out the other side, I don't think. No. That actually killed the engine in that hit. It's all dead. Yeah. That was not as quick as I thought it was. The track is punishing. The track is punishing, there's no doubt about it. Okay, we're definitely going to have to go... We have to go even faster. Even faster, what might... I know what might be curious, what might be fun around here. What about... Actually, let's not even go for that. We're going for SBR4. We're going for an SBR4 because we... Ooh, you know what we could run? It's quick, it's electric, so it's not going to... have an oil pan failure. It's probably going to have a massive crash. Let's give this a try. Now, I will turn off the ESC. I always do that with these vehicles, and especially do that now with it being on dirt, because the electric systems can have real trouble, because you're spinning the wheels a lot around here. Oh, that's not... I'm just doing this out of curiosity. But yeah, you spin the wheels a lot, and the game can sometimes, with the electric systems, can sometimes really struggle to figure out what to do putting power down, and especially if the vehicle starts getting damaged, it can make a car that would be drivable really, really unhappy and terrible. So we're going to not use that. We are going to just throw the car sideways through all of these first corners. That works. Oh, that's a little too wide, though. Okay, I've got to stop being a lunatic. A little bit dusty now around the Baja Rama circuit, or this version of it. There's a lot of dust being kicked up. I think I bent one of the front wheels, but it's fine. We can just put the power down and we'll get out the other side. Oh. Now, in reality, you could overheat batteries. That is not a thing that is simulated in the game at the moment, so we can chuck it around. And I mean, the batteries will drain over time, but something's going to break in the car long before we get to the point of the batteries being dead. So, not a real concern to me. We should now clear here nicely. I'm trying to set... Oh, okay, I was trying to set the car up for the approach and did not quite get it right. We should be more than fast enough. There we go. As I said, if this can't make it across Radiator Springs, we're in trouble. I don't know why the random nodes keep flashing red at the front of my car. I've not figured out what that is or what's causing that, but apparently every so often they show up red for a reason unbeknownst to me. We will clear that. We will clear that nicely. Actually, going to overshoot that a little bit. Oh dear. We're off. It's fine. We're off the circuit. We can get back on though. This should, in theory, be fast. It will be fast enough. It's whether it have the control to clear this section nicely. It doesn't. Oh, it's actually snapped a rear wheel. Why did it snap? I could understand it snapping the front wheel, but I don't know why it snapped the rear wheel. Considering it was the front wheel that I thought hit. The rear must have come off at a funny... It must have taken off at a really funny angle. Because that rear has... Yeah, completely given up the ghost. It has actually now made this vehicle... This unbelievably powerful vehicle incredibly slow. Why has that happened? You know what I said about slow vehicles not being able to limp their way around? Well, an electric car with a really weird failure might actually be an exception to this one. Or it might actually just grind... Oh, it's very strange. Something's not happy in this car. When you lose a wheel, it does sometimes cause problems, sure, but this should have motors driving front and rear. It shouldn't be struggling this much to put its power down. It's not really dragging anything on the floor. I'm very confused by this. As ever, destruction circuits, they never fail to throw up something weird. It feels like it's got like a handbrake stuck on or something. I mean, this is bordering on being counted out on the crueler rule in that it just can't seem to clear 20 miles an hour. It is grinding to a halt and I don't know why. If I don't touch anything, no, it's my very powerful electric car that drifted its way around the first lap. It's not really survivable anymore, the Baja circuit. Either I've just been unlucky with the vehicles I've picked, or this is unbelievably punishing. We are dying. I'm going to say that if this doesn't suddenly pick up pace... Can I... No, it just doesn't go properly anymore. I'm going to say that's incapable of clearing 20 miles an hour. That's really weird. I don't know why it can't put its power down, but it can't. And that is going to be an SBR4 counted out, I think, because it should have been clearing 20 miles an hour by now. Oh, now it has found some drive, but yeah, I'm not going to limp around this circuit for ages when that is, yeah, clearly... I wonder what has gone on with it. That's really strange. It's broken in a really weird way. I mean, I can understand the rear wheel coming off. I just don't know why the front wheels can't drive it. One of the rear wheels is still trying to drive as well, and I wonder whether that's got something to do with it. If we lost the entire back motor, that should still run. The front wheel should still be pulling it along at normal speed. That's a very strange failure, but I mean, that is the way the Baja Rama circuit goes sometimes. Or any destruction circuit goes sometimes. You get all sorts of strange, bizarre failures. Anyway, yeah, this track is unbelievably punishing, as expected. The map itself, this Utah Extra, is really good fun. It's a really cool idea. Utah map itself, I mean, like, the normal Utah stuff is still there as well if you want to go play around with that. This has just got a lot more to it. Kind of the empty spaces have been filled up with various circuits, whether it's destruction circuits, whether it's drift circuits, whether it's little time attack stuff. That's there. You got rock crawling, some specific rock crawling routes and everything, which is really neat. I don't know where this ramp goes. I just thought I'd launch my car. It's a really cool map, so I shall definitely put a link to this one in the description. I recommend you give it a try. There is plenty to do, plenty to waste your time messing around with vehicles. I love how the massive ramp has done less damage to this car than the smallish crash we had. Who knows what I managed to do. Anyway, that is going to be it for this video. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.